Hello. Welcome to Real Talk with Yolanda, and I am Yolanda. So I'm Yolanda Muhammad, your host, and I am here with my special guest today, my lovely husband, Jakim Muhammad, who's here visiting with us today.
Hey.
He's running for the 16th RD, which is the 16th Representative District, as the state representative for that district. So that is great. Thank you for joining me today, Jakim.
Thank you so much. I think next month, we should probably have some health stuff so I don't have to be in a suit and all the time.
I think we could work that out. So
right.
Very first thing that I want to say is a very grateful Memorial Day to all of our veterans. Thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I thank all of my family and friends, my dad, granddad, many others that are veterans. Thank you for all your service and support to our country and for our safety. So one of the things that we start with Real Talk with Yolanda is our health, because we're here with health, wealth, and politics. So I'm going to start with the health part, some information, as well as some shout outs that'll come on a little later. But we'll start with some health issues. Well, first and foremost is that I want to say that everyone should be starting that is Medicare eligible, should I say, not everyone, but everyone that is Medicare eligible should have started receiving their new Medicare cards. So I spoke about this last month. There are new Medicare cards being issued by Social Security and Medicare and CMS, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, that's what that stands for. And you're getting a new card without your Social Security number on it. So now the numbers will be jumbled up with a mixture of numbers and letters. Some people have more numbers, some people have more letters. It'll be all mixed up. So please remember when you do receive it to take it to your doctor's office and any of your other healthcare providers so that they can put that new information in and bill properly. And once you do receive it, just throw away the old card. Get rid of it.
Shred it.
Shred it.
That's right.
That's very important. And then you can lock away the new one as well. It won't be as bad. You can use that one as well if you use it for the bus, for transportation, to get your discounts, and you feel more secure and happier about those things coming forth. So right now, I want to talk about one thing. We're upon us with summer season. The sun is a lot hotter. We're sitting outside a lot more. And one of the big things that's concerning me right now is our skin and skin cancer. So I'll just say that on May 18th, it was Friday, a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, it was.
Jakim and I had the pleasure of joining the foundation called Brown Skin 2 Foundation. They had one of their benefit galas at the Clarion, and we were able to attend. And I tell you, it was an eye-opening experience going to this event. Even though we had plenty of fun and plenty of raffles, silent auction, all the things included, Brown Skin 2 Foundation really hit home with a lot of information they provided to us as people of color for being able to develop skin cancer. So I would just say that this organization, the Brown Skin 2 Foundation, was born out of a family tragedy, unfortunately, that has made someone that's a mother, a sister, an aunt, a cousin, and very many family friends take up the mantle and become advocates to bring awareness and educate people of color about skin cancer.
And you know, that's a number one issue for us, because in one of our number one issues, because a lot of people think just because you're black that you can't get melanoma, you can't get any skin cancer, it can't affect you, you shouldn't have to put on sunscreen. That is a falsehood. Brown skin, black, even people with olive complexions from Europe, you have to put on sunscreen. Not only just fair skin or white or whatever, everybody has to put that sun, especially on the tip of the nose, right?
Exactly. So you have a whole bunch of myths that come out. It's a myth that, like Jakim said, it's a myth that people of color don't get skin cancer. That's a big myth. That is one of the things that came about with this organization as well. We've heard too many people say, I don't need SPF for my melanin-kissed skin is my natural protection from the sun. Okay, that's not true. Okay, so we have very many reasons to have to use sunscreen. It's very important for us to do so. This is a big one that's not true.
Right.
darker skin, and we tell you that actually this is a true thing. Darker skin is not a guarantee against melanoma.
That is true.
So that is a huge thing. So let's just get to the point. Which sunscreen should I get? So what you're going to do is for your sun protection, you're going to look for a sunscreen that says it's broad spectrum, which will cover both UVA and UVB rays. So that is a big one. The sun protective factor, which that's what SPF stands for, should be 15 or higher. So let's just cut to the chase. And most of the time when you go out to health fairs, Christiana Care, Henrietta Johnson, a lot of them provide you with sunscreen. As a giveaway a lot of the times. And most of the time that sunscreen is an SPF 30. So use it. Use it on your arms, use it on your legs. Don't forget, for gentlemen that maybe not have as much hair on the top of their heads anymore.
You gotta use it on that bald
You
head.
got to use it on that bald head.
Yes, indeed.
So we have to make sure to put that sunscreen on the bald
the
head,
heads, right.
put it on your feet. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like to wear sandals, I do not particularly care to wear sandals too often, but use them on your feet, on the soles of your feet, things like that, on your hands, on your face, on your nose. You can get moisturizers that have sunscreen in it, so that's going to help you out a lot of what you're trying to do. So when do you need to apply your sunscreen? You should apply sunscreen every day. Every day, 365 days a year is when you should be applying your sunscreen. Okay? Yes, even when it's cloudy outside, you should be applying your sunscreen. Now, Jakim, do you know what times of day is the biggest times that the sun exposure is at its highest?
Well, I don't know. We work out in the park and we do our cross training out in the park, but I'm thinking maybe in the morning.
We're very close. So anywhere between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. So that's trivia for Jakim.
Score.
He's always asking everybody else for trivia, so we're going to
Score.
give him some trivia. All right. So you should reapply if you're out in the water, if you're out in at the pool or at the beach. You should reapply your sunscreen every 2 hours or when you come out of the water. Now, all of this information, I've already been able, I received it by looking online at the brownskin2foundation.org website. There are very many websites that will give you this information. I am not an expert. I do pretend to play one on TV sometimes, but I am not an expert at it, and you too can find this information at skincancer.org or brownskin2foundation.org. That Brownskin2 Foundation is all one word. Do them all together, okay? So if you have the pleasure of meeting some of these young ladies and these ladies that represent this organization out at events, if they come out, if you want them to come out and speak to one of your organization, you can also go onto that website and invite them to come out and speak. So let's go over to one other last question I'm going to say about, one last thing I'm going to want to say about this skin cancer. Okay, is medications. So if you're taking medications such as blood pressure medications, diabetes medications, things like that, you may not realize that it's very important for you to use SPF, skin protectants and sunscreen when you're doing that, because on the warning labels that are that the pharmacies are giving you now, sometimes they may put a statement such as, pharmacies have added to these labels, not to have prolonged exposure to sunlight is what you do if you're taking those meds. So do not have unprotected exposure to sunlight. Again, between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. during the day, maybe at the sun's peak, you may want to make sure that you have as much protectant on as possible, okay? And don't forget to reapply.
I know when I have to do our lawn, I still do our lawn. And when I have to do the lawn, I have to put that on. And I always have my nice wide brim hat on, so to try to, protect it. I know this is important. This is very important. Skin cancer is very important, and it's a myth. It's a myth that black folks don't get it. So believe you me, I really want everybody out there to understand that yes, you can get it, and yes, you do have to protect yourself from the sun.
Yes, that's very, very important. Screenings are constantly going on. You can contact him to find out when can you get your current screenings done. Make sure you contact a dermatologist. Keep that in mind of seeing a dermatologist. If you're seeing things that are out of the ordinary, if you see splotches on you that seem to be spreading, things like that, contact your dermatologist or your primary care doctor to get information about when you will be able to see them and what you need to look out for so that you'll be more protected from this deadly disease that can kind of creep up on a person. If you're not paying attention, we may take it for granted, and we don't want to take anything for granted when it comes to our health.
Well, can I piggyback on the health thing? In fact, I would like for most, I know we're going to get ready to do the men's health and the things from Henrietta, but I'm going to talk to most of the men out there, especially in our black community. I want you to listen. Your health is truly your wealth. And I always believe this, and I've always tried to subscribe to it, and although I got to lose a couple of pounds myself real recently, I will say one thing. If you're a man and you cannot do 3 or 4 push-ups, I challenge you today to start trying to do some push-ups. Try to do some sit-ups. This is how we start to get back to a healthy lifestyle again. And in our communities, we do not have a lot of healthy lifestyle habits. So we need to forsake those unhealthy lifestyle habits and try to get those really healthy lifestyle habits. This is important for us because we need y'all to do this great work in our community, right?
Yes, we do. So speaking of great works in our community, we're going to take this little time before we go on break to talk about a few of the organizations in our communities that are doing some great work and that they want to bring it back out to the community. They're bringing it to you for you to be able to take advantage of. So please take advantage of these things. The next thing I want to tell you is get yourself a pen and paper because we're going to give you a lot of dates right now. Okay?
Good.
So the very first date is our shout outs. So we're going to start with our shout outs.
And on the screen, you should have.
Kim, you want to read that for me?
All right, sure. On the screen, the first one I think we're going to do is the 12th annual 5K walk run for our kids' health. Yes, there it is right there. That's the one that's going to be at Henrietta Johnson Medical Center in conjunction with the kickoff the National Health Center Week. So this is on August 11, 2018, Saturday. So it's from ages 16 and up, $25 to register, and children 10 and under are free. So that is a fantastic one. So the next one we have, hey, again, another one of our community that does a lot of great stuff in the community is Henrietta Johnson Medical Center is having free eye exams and glasses for school-age kids on Friday, June 15th. Between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. So if you want to come out and bring the kids to get that free eye exam and glasses for school-age kids, come out to Henrietta Johnson Medical Center. It's sponsored by the Vision to Learn. Oh, okay, what's our next one? Oh, this is the one I love. Can I give this one? I'll give this one, Yolanda. This is the Men's Health Month. Now, June is our Men's Health Month. And Thursday, June 14th, is going to be the Men's Night Out. That Men's Night Out is going to be fantastic because it's going to be from 5:30 to 7:30. It's going to be at the Henrietta Johnson Medical Center, so you'll know that in Southbridge. Big ups to Southbridge. I also want to tell you that it's going to be featuring the Fatherhood Coalition and Breaking Barriers. Isn't that our friend Dwayne?
Yes.
Yeah, so breaking barriers though. So that means I'm coming down there with my battle rope. I'm coming down there with my balance board. I'm coming down there with my sledgehammer, with my tires, and we're gonna get a real good workout there. We're gonna have a ball on that. So remember, Men's Night Out, that's Thursday, June 14th, between 5:30 and 7:30 at the Henrietta Johnson Medical Center.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And then we have one here for our veterans.
Yes, and I like this one. This one is so important as well. This is our Veterans Assistance Day that's going to be held with Widener University at the Delaware Law School. So I know some people have some issues with the VA, and especially on appeals with the VA. You should definitely come there on June 12th and Wednesday, July 25th. Both days they're having it. It's a clinic, so to help you with your VA appeals, and there's so many of our veterans that have problems with the VA appeals. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct. So there are a couple of more shout outs that I'm going to give very quickly for them. And we're going to start with this Wednesday, May 30th. Now, Wednesday, May 30th, I will be at
Yay!
the Wilmington Senior Center
Yeah.
for their their monthly birthday celebration. So if you would like to come down and celebrate your birthday for the month of May with me, then you can come over and have some fun. We'll have some cake and ice cream, some entertainment, things like that we're going to do, and some very informative things and ideas and information, as well as maybe even some bingo with some nice prizes. And we'll start that out from 10:30 a.m. until approximately about 2 p.m. So don't get there at 2. Get there before then, because we're going to be starting at 10:30, okay? And if you would like to have lunch sign up for lunch that day, please do so a day ahead of time. So that'll be on Tuesday. You need to sign up for lunch before 12 o'clock so that they can have lunch for you that day as well.
Wilmington Senior Center.
Wilmington Senior Center,
Got it.
1901 North Market Street.
Got it.
So also on Saturday, June 23rd, the Northern District Revival will be hosting their Love Campaign event at the Helen Chambers Park.
Love campaign.
Love Campaign.
Love it.
So that'll be at 6th and North Madison from 1 to 4 p.m. Okay? And then we have on that Wednesday, June 27th, there will be the Each One Teach One is joining up with Westside to have the Health Hookup Day event with Westside Day, and that's going to be in the evening, also at Helen Chambers Park from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, so we have a lot of things going on, and we hope that you can join us.
And that's our health stuff, right?
And that's our health segment,
All
and we
right.
will be back.
All right.
Hi, my name is Jakim Mohammed. I know our time is brief, so let me be direct. I am an unbought and unbossed Democrat in the vein of Shirley Chisholm, and our community is my boss. My grassroots campaign resonates with so many different folks, and I am humbled and encouraged by this. It's time to save our communities, block by block. Look, politics is like money. It's not the most important thing to you, but it affects everything that is important. Believe you me, this is important. I've been active in our community for years, and I've spent my waking hours on the ground in the community talking directly to our community citizens. I've learned that there's so much that does not divide us that brings us together. We're just diverse. So on September 6th, I want you to vote for Jakim Mohammed for state representative, and come out and vote. This is very important for all. Peace. Hi, my name is Jakim.
Well, welcome back. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us. We're now going to shift gears a bit, and we're going to talk about our wealth and our politics segment. So we're going to send it over to my guest, again, that's Jakim Mohammed, candidate for the 16th RD district, is going to be running for state representative. So what do you have for us today?
Well, you just saw our second commercial. We got actually another one too, a 30-second one. But we really wanted to put out to the people that our campaign has had a lot of extra oomph energy lately. Our campaign has had a lot of extra energy because a lot of people have identified and resonated with them about what I'm about. We're about a civic engagement, and both me and Yolanda have been about civic engagement since we've been down here in Delaware. And one of the things that we've done is to really try to bring awareness, especially to the 16th RD, of things that we're lacking and that we should have better. And you'll never hear me stammer. You'll never hear me go back or stutter about particular things, because I want everyone to know that's listening to our voice here and listening to our campaign to understand we can do better. We have to do better. Our children are relying on us to do better. And part of that is the rule of engagement. And part of that I can give to you. some of Jakim's political rules of engagement. Can I do that, Yolanda?
I think you can.
Well,
I think they're important to get across.
well, the first thing I'm going to say is that first thing you have to do is get motivated. You being fed up with the status quo is a good start. You just can't stay there. So once you get motivated to say, I want to get involved, that's the first step. The second step, of course, is being educated. Politics is who gets what, when, and how. That's what politics is. Who gets what, when, and how. We say all politics affects us locally, and that's true. Not all politics is local, but all politics affects us locally. No matter what happens in Washington or in Dover, it affects us. Democracy and government, and how does this system work? So the second is get educated. The first is get motivated, second is get educated. Here's the third, get involved. Meet like-minded people that's in your community and talk to your lawmakers and get feedback. That's important. You have to meet those like-minded people and you have to talk to the lawmakers. The lawmakers are the people who put the laws there, the legislator, where we do our General Assembly, whether it be reps or Senate. That's important. So you have to be able to talk to them, getting involved.
So can I just ask a question? So when we say get involved, so we're talking about people of our seasoned people, our seasoned viewers and things as well. Who
I like to call them elders.
My elders.
Yes.
Yes, your elders, my elders. For you, more than me. And they would be able to talk with each other when they're having their little coffee clutch.
Yes.
Great ideas come together. And once you collaboratively decided on that you agree with some of these ideas, then now take it to the next level. Don't sit on it. Don't wait for somebody to come and ask you. Pick up the phone, call your legislator's office. Pick up a pen and paper, because we know that still works. Even if you don't do email and you don't get on computers, pen and paper still works. So send them a letter, send them a message, let them know that these are the things that you want and you feel are necessary to you.
I will also piggyback, and you're absolutely right. I will also piggyback. A lot of people see our campaign and they silently love us, or they say it on Facebook. But I don't just want you to watch us. I want you to join us, because it's only together can we bring our community to be better. The next, you have to have a plan. And I see this all the time. I've helped a lot of organizations in Delaware, and I see this, that they don't have plans. You have to have a plan. You have to understand the process of change. It doesn't mean being willy-nilly. You must plan and organize to be a positive force. That's for definitely. And just to follow up on that, once you have a plan, you got to vote. My Lord, did y'all see the school board elections, the turnout? It was terrible. I'm not going to mix any words here. It was terrible. You have to vote in your school boards, you have to vote in your primaries, you have to vote in your general elections. Let me tell you something, especially the primaries, because that's when you get a lot of different people. Usually by the time you get to the general election, you either got to vote for this or that. And lastly, can I get to the last? You got to follow through. You really do have to follow through. Hold those elected officials accountable. Because listen, you got to say what you mean what you say, and be transparent and accessible and represent the people.
That's fantastic. I think it's every single point that you made there is important. It's important for, even if you take one of those points, you're not expected to take everything to heart, and you're not expected to act on everything at one time, but take one point, and you will feel so much better that you have done what you can do in order to change things that are wrong in your everyday life. It is the little things that we want to get done and that really want to help us out, that we want to help.
I will say that. You're absolutely right. And Yolanda's, we are kidding around. We have a lot of fun. We've been married for, I don't even want to tell you how long we've been married. But one of the things you have to know your economic and financial system. How does your economy work? How does an ordinary person get to work it better for you? And how can you build your local economy? We have to build our local economy. the Route 9 corridor and 16th RD. I'm trying to get that to build. That's when we had the business roundtable with the governor. We're trying to build that and have more entrepreneurs in.
Yes, yes. So we have a lot of businesses along the Route 9 corridor that are gems that people are not aware of. We're always there. We've been there in the community trying to help uplift things, to bring other information. We may not be able to change your business or change the view of the Route 9 corridor all at once. However, we're going to change it. Mr. Muhammad is going to change it once he gets elected as well, and I'm very confident that will work. The other thing is changing within ourselves, changing within our own home. If we can start with what we know and what we're able to do, I think that we'll all wake up and we'll sleep well at night.
I know we need to connect, learn, and act towards a greater equity. Let me just say this about the education system too. The education system has to be equitable. And I know we've got a couple of lawsuits that's against the government and the governor. I'm gonna tell you something. One thing we gotta push for is more equity, and we need it.
Yes, yes we do. So we're gonna leave you with these great gems of information that we have come across today. And
can I tell them how to get in contact with us?
Please tell them how to get in contact with
So
you.
the great thing, we're in the neighborhood. So votemohammed.com. That's VOTMOHAMMED.com. You can go there. You can find how to donate, how to volunteer, and how to get part of this movement. Because that's what we are. We are a movement, and that movement is going to be spread throughout Delaware.
So we thank you again for joining us here on Real Talk Yolanda, and we look forward to talking with you again next month on the 4th Sunday of the month from 1:30 to 2 p.m. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Have a great and grateful Memorial Day weekend.
Peace out.
Hi, my name is Jakim Muhammad, and today we have a choice. Either we could stay on the same path that has plagued our communities for years, or we can chart a new path that uplifts everyone. On September 6, 2018, vote for the People's Choice. Jakim Muhammad, State Representative, 16th District. Thank you.